apocalypse is coming true. You didn't notice, nobody saw, but I will tell you. Then subscribe to the channel, take your chair, sit there. Let's start by reading Apocalypse 12, verse 17 and verse... And the dragon went against the woman, and went to make war on her other children, those who keep the commandments of God, and holds the testimony of Jesus. And the dragon stood over the sand of the sea. Pay attention, this is happening now. The serpent is using from a country called China that does not have free access to the sea. China, despite being bathed by the Pacific Ocean, actually it's not directly. She is bathed, mainly by the South China Sea to the south, and the East China Sea to the east, who has access to the open sea of the Pacific Ocean. It's actually Taiwan and Japan. And when the Bible says that the dragon stood in the sand of the sea, nothing else is China. Will conquer Taiwan and Japan. Exactly. And when China conquers Taiwan and Japan, the dragon will finally look the sea, the open sea of the Pacific Ocean, and that's what it's about when he talks. The dragon stood in the sand of the sea. Is China taking Taiwan territory and Japan? But this taking of territory will not be simple. We will see something fast and accurate, with perfect strategy, with farm war material, 6th and perhaps 7th generation, with operations carried out by Air Terramar. And it is at this time that a world population, terrified by the facts, in the face of taking up territory, absurdly terrible, where China takes Taiwan and Japan for itself, also fear for their way of life, all fear for their peace. The world has become a cloud overnight. Then the population will cry out for what? For protection, by assurances that they will be safe, and the perfect environment, for the emergence of the beast that emerges from the sea has come. Now let's read Apocalypse 13, verse 1 and verse 2. Then I saw a beast come up out of the sea that had 10 horns, and 7 heads, and on its horns 10 headbands, and over their heads blasphemy names. And the beast he saw was like a leopard, and your feet like bears, and your mouth like a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his throne and great authority. Let's talk a little about the horns. Are the organizations, continues, that aim to build our day-to-day. They aim to Christianity, the family, only they don't do it alone. Do this through investment in small NGOs and projects round the world. Then there goes a world organization, disguised as a good Samaritan, who invests his headbands in small NGOs. So they do the dirty work, who tell the world not to. He is obsolete. So that's what we'll be talking about the 10 horns. In another video, we will talk from the heads of the beast, what would be the 7 heads of the beast. Nothing more than 7 blocks, politicians, economic and military. Understand, today there are more than 190 countries. From our globe, it's impossible. Harmonize them all in one voice. But from the moment they are in block, and agree to obey what the leader defines, or Antichrist will be able to manage the whole world. It will be enough for him to issue an order, a law, and the leader of each block will strictly apply. As the country that does not apply to these standards will be thrown out of it and dominated, then there will be no escape. First, the African Union, known as this organization brings together 55 countries from Africa, acting as successor. of the Organization of African Unity, OUA. Since 2002, the second head is formed by the Arab League, or League of Arab States, founded in 1945, based in Cairo, Egypt, including 22 members from North Africa and the Middle East. The third head is the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, created in 1985, represented by 8 member countries since 2007, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, Bhutan, Maldives, Nepal and Sri Lanka. And in the fourth block, the fourth head, we have Latin America, remembering that Latin America is already a laboratory for more than 3 decades. Or South Market, Southern Common Market, was formed on March 26th of 1991. After that, we have the Union of South American Nations. The nation was created on the 23rd day of May, 2008, when Latin America actually will unite around a new alliance, probably something like the URSL, acronym for the Union of Socialist Republics, de Latin America. But the hypothesis of the URSL tribe, at this time, it's not a certainty, absolute. The only thing it is certain that there will be union in Latin America, and the African Union, the Arab League, India, along with some countries in Asia, and South America will form the similar part. To the leopard, we reach the fifth head, the fifth block, and for those who believed that the Soviet Union had come to an end, surprise, she was just standing by. Russia, despite being China's ally, will not stand by because of misinformation will act and will grow stronger, increasing their territories. We will not see something like the former Soviet Union, as this bloc will be formed by Eastern Europe, along with Russia, remembering that in the word is written, and your feet like bears, because the Russian symbol is just a bear. But to Russia is not the only head that represents bare feet. Bare feet are also represented by the sixth head, the European Union, and has been the birthplace of tests to form economic blocs, social, cultural, politicians and military. A law approved by the Council of the European Union has to be followed by all member countries. A clear violation of the sovereignty of each country, but blindly accept with the condition that a country will protect the other, is what makes them come together. A perfect laboratory for the coming of the Antichrist. To achieve, sign the blocks that will be used by the Antichrist. And finally, the seventh head, the most important, that which will be the lion's mouth in Apocalypse 13. In verse 2, it is quoted as follows, "And your mouth, like the lion." This block will be the most powerful head of the beast. So politically, as militarily, as economically, he will go from Panama to Hairland, including United States and Canada. Will also be part of England, Australia and Newland. These countries are known to form the Anglosphere, which are Anglo-Saxon countries. And there's a reason this block is called like the lion's mouth. Let's remember that English-speaking countries originates in England, and historically to a king, King Ricardo Lionheart. This king tried to conquer the holy city of Jerusalem, and personally marched with his armies, trying to beat Saladino. In 1191, King Ricardo Lionheart, just 20 kilometers from the holy city. In 1192, he even sighted the city, but the conclusion came that I couldn't master her, even if he conquered it, so made an agreement with Free Passage Saladino for Christians who would proclaim their faith there, in the city of Jerusalem. People who wanted to walk this path would have free passage. A curiosity about this block. There is a possibility of this block not to accept the population of Central America, But it will not open the hand of the territory of Central America. And we don't know what kind of conflicts can happen, so that this region of Central America be dominated by countries, English language. Because at this time, the country of Israel is practically isolated. Israel is in the middle of all this movement, logically. We will a video about it.